to Build Your Own Terrarium with Deschutes Public Library. My name is Roxanne, and I'm a community librarian at the Librarian Library location. In keeping with this year's 2021 A Novel Idea selection, The Other Americans, together we will be creating a mini world featuring an arid, desert-like atmosphere to mimic Joshua Tree, which is known for its quartz, dolomite, and ogden gneiss mineralogy. For this project, you will need a clear plastic or glass container with an opening. To be specific, we are creating an arium as opposed to a terrarium. Keep in mind, most use these two terms interchangeably. Air plants, or Tillandsia, do not thrive in traditional, closed terrarium systems or in soil. That's because they are epiphytes, which means they anchor onto other plants such as trees, but they are not parasitic. They simply absorb all of their nutrients through their foliage, not their roots. So they can be glued to or propped upon cork, coral, stone, rocks, sand, or driftwood. Tillandsia are perennial, evergreen, perennial, flowering plants from the bromelid family, and they are native to the forests, mountains, and deserts of the southeastern United States, the Caribbean, and from North Mexico to mid-Argentina. This genus consists of around 650 species, but you'll frequently see them referred to or sold under the colloquial name air plants or Tillandsia. There isn't a lot of variance in color, and I've rarely, if ever, seen these fantastically curved string beanie type in person. I most frequently see robust porcupine-ish air plants at local garden centers, such as Lowe's, which is where I purchased this packaged one for myself. Those seen here and intended for your program kits were purchased from an online retailer. Twine is also required to hang your arium globe, should you so choose. Decorative craft sand, small pebbles, and river rocks or stones are needed. Unlike with terrariums featuring soil-dependent plants, such as pothos, we need not concern ourselves with adding activated charcoal. Musty odors should not be an issue, so long as we avoid introducing water to our ariums. Toward that end, be sure to remove your air plant when hydrating and return only when dry. Polished rocks, decorative beads, or tiny figurines are optional, and I leave it up to you as the creator of this miniature world to add unique finishing details from items you have at home or those you find while exploring out in nature. Additional items from around the house include a spoon, paintbrush, pair of tweezers for moving small rocks and pebbles, and a pair of scissors in case you need to shorten your twine. A spray bottle will come in handy when misting your air plant 2 to 3 times a week. Misting works great in humid environments. If you notice your air plant is failing to thrive due to dry local conditions, consider lying your plant foliage face down in a bowl of room temperature water for 20 to 30 minutes. Make sure its teensy bottom stays dry, and then make sure your plant is completely dry before returning it to its arium. Refer to the plant care guide in your program kit to know more. Some websites and books designed for laypersons suggest that air plants are pet safe. However, I was unable to verify this information via authoritative resources. So play it safe, keep your air plants out of the reach of children and pets, and if ingested, immediately contact poison control, your veterinarian, or your doctor. Now that we know what we need, let's go ahead and get started on this low-maintenance gardening project. Add a few spoonfuls of decorative craft sand. Keep in mind we're dealing with a fairly small globe container, and many of these air plants are fairly robust, so less is more. Time to add small pebbles. I think I'll add them to one side of my container, but do as you so choose with your own. So cleaning up this mess is really where tweezers can come in handy. They can also enable you to create swirls or mandala-like patterns, whatever you choose to create as the artist, if you have the time and desire to do so. And now I'm going to add larger rocks. I think just one or two will do it, given the size of my air plant, but based on your own, feel free to add as many larger stones or rocks as you desire. Don't worry if you have a bit of leftover supplies. Use it for another project. I speak from experience when I say air plants, terrariums, and ariums can be addictive. Go ahead and add twine, being sure to double knot both ends. This will allow you to hang your arium, or you can choose to display it on a countertop or desk. Wherever your arium ends up, be sure it's a location with bright but indirect light, so as to avoid scorching your air plant. Fluorescent lights are a suitable alternative. Just be sure to place your plant a minimum of 12 inches away from any light bulbs. This is what the various types of air plants look like, positioned inside the arium. Don't worry if you have a large plant and a bit protrudes, or you find yourself needing to upgrade container size in future. This is pretty normal for most plants, and as the following books reveal, there are a number of plastic and glass options, from Pyrex to upcycled coffee pots, as well as setting within wire sculpture and everything in between. Check out your local Deschutes Public Library location for more inspiration. We've got you covered from physical books to hoopla ebooks. I recommend Terrariums Reimagined by Kat Geiger, Terrarium Craft by Amy Bryant Aiello, Glass Gardens by Melanie Florence, Living with Air Plants by Ryan Lesigue, and Air Plants by Zenaida Sengo. Looking for digital books? Try Terrarium by Anna Bauer, or Terrariums, Gardens Under Glass by Maria Coletti. Well, that's it. Thanks for joining me for today's Build Your Own Terrarium program. I hope you enjoy your air plant and the miniature magical world you created to house it that was inspired by the arid climate of Joshua Tree. And don't miss a Novel Idea 2021 author, Leila Leilami. Join award-winning author Leila Leilami for a live online presentation on Sunday, May 2nd at 4 p.m.